Hey everyone, welcome back. Last time, we showed how to use the Brave search server through MCP to quickly build a powerful search tool in n8n. But today, we're about to unlock something even more exciting. Imagine being able to instruct an AI agent to do complex tasks on the web just by describing them in plain English. That's the power of MCP server. We're going to use MCP Firecrawl, a way to turn plain English into fully automated web crawling tasks. Normally, if you want to scrape or analyze a website with Firecrawl, you need to deal with APIs, set up complex parameters, format requests, and handle all the technical details. I'll even show you a bit of that API documentation, just to see how complex it can get. But with MCP, you don't need to write a single line of API code. Instead of wrestling with code and API setups, you just tell the agent what you need. Something like, visit this website and summarize the latest 3 blog posts. That's it. The agent takes care of everything behind the scenes, handling the complex steps, making the requests, and returning exactly what you want. The MCP server takes that natural language prompt and figures out how to call Firecrawl behind the scenes. It simplifies the whole process. No tokens, no endpoints, no JSON, just results. So in this video, I'll walk you through how to build an AI agent in n8n that uses MCP Firecrawl to browse and extract data from the web without writing any API logic. Now let's dive into another fantastic example of MCP Firecrawl in action: scraping trending e-commerce products for affiliate marketing. Imagine you want to target products that are emerging in popularity, perfect for affiliate promotion. You simply provide a prompt like scrape trending products from website and let it work its magic. The MCP Firecrawl automatically navigates to the site, scrapes and collects all the relevant product information, and even filters out the items that are currently trending. It's literally as simple as text in, results out, just like the video thumbnail shows. This means that with just a single prompt, you get all the data you need to identify high-potential affiliate products without any manual hassle. Let's dive in and see how simple it can be. Now that we have a basic understanding of the changes, we're going to duplicate the last workflow and give it a new name, MCP Firecrawl. We'll still be using the ChatGPT model as the large language model for the AI agent. Remember to choose the right credential that includes your OpenAI key, as we'll still be using this simple memory setup that lets the agent maintain and remember the conversation. Now, about the AI agent tool. Instead of using the Brave search server to search for things we're interested in, we're now going to use another powerful server called MCP Firecrawl server. This allows us to scrape any content from any website with just a few words. So let's remove the Brave search server from the workflow, and we're going to rebuild the MCP client to connect to the MCP Firecrawl server. As usual, let's add an MCP client to the canvas, then connect it to the MCP server we want to test. To use MCP Firecrawl, we'll need to add a credential for this MCP client. Just like with any MCP server, the easiest way is to use the command line to specify the MCP server we want to connect to. So we'll add the MCP server name here. Okay, now we need to create an account, generate an API key on the Firecrawl official website, and fill in the details here. It's completely free, so don't worry about any costs. Alright, give this node a name. Once done, we can test the node to see the list of tools that the AI agent node can use to implement the task. Alright, look at all the useful tools we can use to scrape websites. Firecrawl allows us to scrape a single web page with advanced options for content extraction, scrape multiple URLs or pages, extract structured information from web pages using an LLM, even conduct deep research on a query using web crawling, search, and AI analysis. Very powerful. Imagine you can schedule a task every day to extract and conduct deep research on multiple websites. Get the content you're interested in and summarize it to have the best resources then sent to your email or Telegram account. Pretty awesome. Next, we're going to add this MCP client as a tool for the AI agent node. The easiest way to do this is by removing the current test node, then clicking on the plus button to connect a new node to the AI agent tool. Once we get the list of Firecrawl tools, we'll use another MCP server to execute the tasks. So let's add a new MCP client as a tool here. The operation here will be execute tool, and we'll describe the tool name like this. Essentially, we're telling the MCP Firecrawl node to pick the appropriate tool from the list of tools that the previous MCP node returned. Configure the tool parameters as needed, or allow the model to define them automatically. Make sure to choose the credential we just created for Firecrawl. Alright, let's give it a meaningful name. To keep things consistent, let's also rename the first MCP client to Firecrawl List Tools. Awesome. Now, let's instruct the AI agent node to use MCP Firecrawl to scrape a website. First, we'll run the list tools MCP node to get a list of the current available tools. Then, we'll tell the second MCP client, which acts as the execute tool action, to pick one of the tools from the previous node in order to answer the user's question. We lay out our nodes a bit to make it cleaner. This helps improve readability and overall structure. Finally, let's test the workflow. We'll send a message to the agent asking it to visit a website and summarize the latest 5 blog posts. As usual, the AI agent will use the OpenAI chat model as the interface to communicate with the users. Behind the scenes, it will ask the MCP Firecrawl to list the available tools, then pick one of them to execute the task. Once it gets the result, the OpenAI chat model will automatically format the results and make them human-readable for the user. Awesome. And that's it. We've successfully built an AI agent in n8n using the MCP Firecrawl server to scrape websites with ease, all by simply describing the task in plain English. No complex API calls, no coding, just powerful automated web scraping using MCP. You can now automate the process of pulling data from websites, summarizing it, and even sending it to your email or other platforms without lifting a finger. This opens up so many possibilities for automating research, tracking content, and much more. Remember, the MCP server makes this whole process so much easier by abstracting away all the technical complexity and allowing you to focus on what matters most, getting results fast. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more automation tutorials. I'd love to hear how you plan to use MCP Firecrawl in your own workflows, so feel free to share your ideas in the comments. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into more advanced AI agent workflows. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.